Chapter 2, Section 6. This is addition properties. I'm just going to really quick name them off. Commutative property of addition. Then you're going to have the associative property of addition. And then you're going to have the identity property of addition. These rules can be found in the Chapter 2 tools. If I go up here, I'm not going to go up one section, but they'll be in this week once I move them. If I can get there correctly. Alright, where are you? I think it's this one. So they'll be in the Chapter 2 Tools folder, and it's this, Properties of Math. And I have a copy already in my slideshow that I'm going to do here in a second. But I know this looks confusing, but we'll break it down here in just a tad bit. So back to our show. Those three properties is exactly what we're going to focus on today. So we are looking at the addition property. So if you look at this really quick, we're going to just split this down in half, okay? And we're only looking at addition today. So those three rules that we were looking at were identity, okay, right here, the identity property, the associative property, and the commutative property. Now, if you look on this chart, you see that it crosses over to the multiplication side, and that is why today's says addition of, associative property of addition, identity property of addition, and commutative property of addition, because we're talking addition rules, not multiplication at this time. So we're going to be on that left side of this. So going back to our book page here, I'm going to erase those so I can actually read what's printed there. You can add 2 and 3 in any order. The sum is the same. So they're saying 2 plus 3 is 5 and 3 plus 2 is 5. So in any order, it's the same answer. These numbers equations show the property of addition. Both equations are true. So again, 2 plus 3 is 5 and 3 plus 2 is 5. This is the commutative property. And another word that I would add to this is the word flip. You can flip those numbers around, 2 and 3, and you would still end up getting the same answer when you add them. There are properties of addition. These properties will help you perform operations quickly. Another property is the associative property, and sometimes you have had to add more than two numbers. The way the numbers are grouped does not matter. You can simply add the numbers in groups of two. So here you're paying attention to the parentheses. The numbers are the same. They're using 6, 2, and 1, and it doesn't matter how they group those up, you're still going to get the same answer. So first of all, the order of operations says parentheses. So if you did 6 plus 2, that's going to give you 8. 8 plus 1 is going to give you 9. On the other side, you have to do 2 plus 3. So if this side is 9, then we're hoping the associative property tells us the other side is 9. 2 plus 1, 3, and 3 plus 6, 9. So the associative property says you can group those answers differently. However, when adding, still get the same answer. Okay? And so you're looking for parentheses in this associative property of addition. If you see them, most likely that's what they're doing. As long as the parentheses are on both sides and the numbers are the same, 621, 621. All right, the last property is identity property. And this just has to do with adding 0 to any number. It does not change the number. 3 plus 0, guess what? It's 3. 5 plus 0, it's 5. And 9 plus 0 is 9. So those are the three properties that you're looking at. And back to this. So here's the identity property. And notice they have the 0 in orange. Adding 0 to a number does not change its value. So if you have n plus 0, you're still going to have n. When we look at the associative, which is the grouping properties, which is again parentheses on both sides, and the numbers are the same. In this case, they use letters ABC, ABC on the right side of the equal sign there. So if you did A plus B plus C, well, if you did B plus C plus A, you're still going to get the same answer. Okay? And then finally, that commutative. You can add A plus B plus C, and you can switch them around or flip them around, B plus C plus A, and still get the same answer. It does not change the sum. So those are the three properties: the green here, and the orange, and the identity property. Okay. So now to today's assignment. As always, top you can nix and get rid of, and numbers 13 and 14 you're going to get rid of. And all they're asking for the first 6 problems is to name the property. So you're going to have to go back over to this page and go, is that commutative, is that associative, or is that identity? So if they're flipping the numbers and they change, they're the same, you know you have commutative property. If you have parentheses on both sides and the numbers are the same, and they're just grouping them differently, then you know you have associative property. And the last one, if you are adding 0 to any number and that number doesn't change, then you have the identity problem. So, for example, number 1, 5 plus 3 equals 3 plus 5. The numbers are the same, they're just flipped. I know that I'm writing commutative. No, don't write C. So on your in your answers today, when you submit them, you're going to actually write out the word, and you should be spelling them right because the spelling is on the previous page. Commutative, and again, I am doing this without a mouse, so it's a little bit harder, but you will be typing your answers in. So commutative for number 1. Then use the property to complete 7 through 12. All you have to do is tell me what's missing, okay, in the gray shaded box. So if I have 4 plus 8 equals 8 plus, well, okay, I can't put a 0 in this because this side, the right side, would not equal the left side. I get 12 over here, and then I would only get 8 on this side. 12 does not equal 8. So I know it's not an identity property. There are no parentheses, so I know I'm not grouping. So the only thing that I'm doing is flipping these numbers around. So 4 plus 8 equals 8 plus 4. So pay attention to the properties here and what you need to do and put in the correct answer in the gray shaded box. Again, that's all you need to do is the answer in the gray shaded box, or just write your answer in red when you submit them.